Hey, how's the real estate market? I get asked that all the time, and that's why I do these videos. This one is what's going on in Las Vegas. I'm going to do a little series like this every month, at least, maybe every week. 4 things to know if you're looking to sell or buy real estate. Going to make it really simple and quick for you. This is the Las Vegas Market Update with me, Rob HAU. Check it out. I'm going to dive into it right now. Yes, folks, the single family median price went up. It went up in June, and this is kind of wild because, well, I certainly wasn't calling for it to go up. I've been saying that inventory is going up, and that's what's going to keep going up, and prices will go down. Sales prices will be lower, but the median tells a different story, and I'll tell you why. But here's the story behind it all. You start in January. January had the highest median price on record ever. That continued into February. It was the exact same. And then it went to March. That was 485. All 3 of those months, 485, stayed the same at a record high. And then April, it dropped to 480. Not a big drop, and that's why I was telling sellers, and I'll continue to tell you, that if you price right, you're still in a market where you can get quite a bit for your home, especially certain areas, and especially considering where prices have gone, okay? So maybe you're not going to get the top or the next highest value for your home, but not bad. The next month, after April, we had May, of course, and it went flat. Same, 480. 480,000, and then June comes along. Everybody's been saying, hey, we're gonna start going down now, right? Nope. So yes, it sounds conflicting. You're gonna see reports out there that say all these problems going on in real estate, but yet prices went up. It's partially due to low buyer volume. Okay, so when you have lower sales, a lower amount of sales, they can get affected more easily. The median price of sales can get affected more easily because there are less of them. And I think a lot of the sales that are selling, the properties that are selling, are nice properties. People are willing to pay for the nice property, the one that's ready to go, the one that's move-in ready, okay? Something that they don't have to come in and spend money on. Not only that, but we have back-end costs that are happening for sellers. Sellers are allowing buyers a fair amount of money in some cases to be put into the transaction. So the sales price might be X, but there could be some closing costs that the seller's paying for the buyer that might help you buy down your rate. That's why I've been telling people, listen, rates are high, but you got opportunities. Might help you buy down your rate and do other things like pay your closing costs. So sellers are excited to get their price and happy to pay some back end rather than lowering the price. So that's what's also happening. There's a few other factors in there, but that's number one. Yes, single-family residence median price went up. Now, number 2, condos and townhomes. Values are dipping. Okay, so this is the opposite of what's happening. That's why it's kind of strange, right? You got the median price go up. Usually the condos and townhomes kind of stay with them. In this case, we're seeing the values of condos and townhomes drop. Now, the way the Las Vegas Realtors does these numbers, they put condos and townhomes together, although I personally feel condos and townhomes are pretty different, but because they're not single-family residents, they do have an attached property to them in some way, shape, or form. That's why they designate them that way. But a condo can be very different than a townhome. And I will tell you that condos are the first to go down in value when things are sinking. They're the first to go down, and they're also the last to go up. So condos values have really soared, but they've been going right along with everything going up. And now I think we're starting to see the signal that condos will go down. And look, it's not by a lot. We're not seeing it. It wasn't a big number that they went down by, but nonetheless, something to know, because if you're thinking about a vacation home in Las Vegas or an investment property, you might want to look at condos. Okay, that's going to be where there could be a lot of deal territory for you. I'm certainly seeing some inventory pile up there. So there you go. Condos and townhomes, that's number 2 to know. Number 3, This is an important one because I think it tells the tale of the overall market, and that is luxury market. The luxury market picked up steam, and it is different than what gets calculated for the median sales price, okay? We have the luxury market inventory is starting to slide down a little bit, and as I'm going to show you here, we're actually seeing more go under contract, which is a little bit of a surprise in a way because there have been less. There's been closer to about 188 properties in under contract, and as you see here, we have a little bit over 200. All right, so over 200 doesn't sound like a big movement, but in the luxury market, that's 1 million plus. That is as a movement. It's something to take note of because we were approaching 1,300 total on market, and now we've actually dipped down to closer to 1,200 at 1,233. So luxury, it dictates a lot because if it stays strong and it stays stable, that tells me that we are not in a market that is really going to soften up or certainly crash, okay? The luxury tells you that the people with money are still moving it around. And until you see a little bit of change there and those people start getting scared and lots of inventory there, well, I'd say overall things are okay. Now, number 4. We're going to dive into number 4 because this number 4 is a big one. It has to do with inventory. Inventory is always the story, and it has been climbing. It really was rapidly climbing during the springtime, and not usual for a springtime to have inventory climb as much as it did. You're going to have more inventory come on in the springtime, but usually there's also more buyers to take that inventory off, so it kind of stays even or certainly doesn't grow as much as it has. The good news is for you, if you're a seller, is you're not seeing that the surge is continuing. You're not seeing a surge at a furious pace of inventory coming on, although it is still moving. Now, where are we at? We are just under 16,700. We are just under 16,700 total properties on market. That is residential properties on market. Okay, 16,700. What does that mean to you? Well, it's about 3 times as much as what it would have been when we had very low inventory in the years past. Okay, so we haven't seen numbers like this for quite a while. When was the highest number that we last saw inventory at? It was in 2017. It was over 17,000 total on market. This isn't really a problem either because if 2017 was okay, and now there was more buyer activity, no doubt about that. There were more sales going on back then, but it still was not a big, huge number, and we've grown in size in Las Vegas quite a bit since 2017. So to have 16,700 properties on market, yeah, with the buyers out there not being a lot of them, it's a little bit of a problem, but certainly not a big, huge sinking ship. So we're staying away from the 2017 high that we last had. And I think by the time we start seeing something like 17,000 on market, we'll probably see rates change and maybe some more buyer activity. And that would actually represent a pretty balanced market at that point. That's what I'm predicting ahead. It's just a matter of when those rates start getting changed and when people start feeling like, you know what, it's a better time to buy, even though, look, I'm going to tell you, it is a buyer's market. Okay, you might not love the interest rates, but you can help that. And you might not love the prices, but in many ways you can help that too. So there you go. I've got one extra bonus for you when it comes to 4 things you should know. So I'm going to add a 5th thing you should know. You know how. You know Rob How, that's me. And if you're thinking of real estate, well, you know how, and I'm always here to help you. So please make sure to contact me. If you go out to a builder, take me with you. You got to have your agent with you the first time you go. If you want to check out new homes, they are absolutely outstanding right now because it's been years, many years since in the summertime, builders has been offering the incentives that they're offering right now. So if you're thinking new home, I'm here for you. Let's get it going. I'm Rob HAU. I'm all about houses and you. I thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more where this comes from. And I hope that you have a wonderful week this week. I will see you on the next video.